Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, not only did we have Ark angry at us, but we made Ciel hate us as well, which is, I think, a record for a single part. Though, not as a whole, because Shiki is good at making people not like him. It's probably because he's not a particularly likable person, in my opinion. At least, he's not in this. I remember liking him a decent bit in Take Moon and Carnival Phantasm, but, well, those are the true canon, and, well, this is just Tsukihime. This is just the story that created him and, well, these characters, and Carnival Phantasm is just, mwah. I need to rewatch it. It's been a very long time. But anyway, I don't think there's anything else I want to get to before we start, so let's just get into it, shall we? After finishing breakfast, I returned to the lobby. I should go back to my room and change, even if I decide to head to Senpai's apartment. Ow. My toe bangs into a chair. Ow. Why the heck is a chair here? That's right. It's the chair Hisui was carrying earlier. Since it usually isn't here, I just banged into it walking normally without thinking. Dang. Must be really out of it to hit such a thing. I give a sigh. But Hisui is Hisui. Why does she have to put a chair here? What was she thinking in the first place to put a chair where people walk by? The toe I banged on the chair still hurts. Should have bought it dinner first. At least paid it. It's an excessive pain. God, that was not even slightly funny. A pain that would have never been there if that chair was never here. How annoying. I was supposed to see Senpai, so why is this suddenly getting in my way? This chair is an incredible annoyance. Why is such a thing here? It never should have been here. If it wasn't here, I never would have stubbed my toe. I get mad and kick the chair. Throb. As soon as I do that, the toe I kick with hurts even more. Why are you kicking with your toe, dum-dum? Throb, throb. Throb, throb, throb. Why you? What a bothersome thing. Disappear. This chair is an eyesore. This chair. This chair. This chair, 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 this chair. Okay, this goes on for a while. I'm not reading all of them. So, in the meantime, this chair is the scene that I was talking about, that I was thinking that was going to come up, and is a good, in my opinion, it's illustration and the mindset of Shiki at the moment. He is not stable, mentally insane, fucking crazy, that sort of thing. This chair, isn't it fun? It's interesting. It's not a particularly creative thing. It's not a particularly well written thing. It is, however, again, a good mindset. And we finished off and I didn't realize it because it had an exclamation point. I just tried to show you something with my mouse that you can't see. Shiki-sama? Hisui? Why are you rushing here all of a sudden? I say that, truly surprised. I'm breathing heavily. My chest heaves up and down. I feel like I just ran a marathon. Huh? Ooh, why am I so out of breath? I gasp hungrily for air. Shiki-sama, what are you saying? Why are you looking at me like that? Did something happen? Shiki-sama, are you saying you do not know what you were doing? What I was doing? But I wasn't really doing anything. My headache returns. I shake my head to get rid of it and suddenly realize what lies at my feet. What lies there are the shattered remnants of the chair. Eh? Thump. My heart pounds harder. I did this? Yes. That is the result of you holding the chair and smashing it against the floor many times. Why? Why did I do that? I did think that my toe hurt from running into the chair. But why did I go that far? Why did I get angry over something like that and break it like a kid having a tantrum? Shiki-sama, are you feeling well? If you are sick, I can call a doctor. No, it's nothing. It's really nothing. Sorry, Hisui, I just felt strange. I stepped back from her. I stepped back from the pieces of the chair I just destroyed. Shiki-sama, please calm down. Breathing like that is not good for your body. I'm fine. Leave me alone. I want to be alone, so just let me be. I shout that and run up the stairs. I passively note that I seem to be running away from her. I return to my room and throw myself on my bed. Once again, my temples start to hurt once more. Throb, throb. As if a new heart had emerged in my brain, my head pounds painfully. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. This pain, probably caused by my earlier violent behavior. Having to see death so much these past few days is messing up my brain. First, I need to calm down now. As long as I keep my glasses on, this headache shouldn't get worse. What am I doing? I have to go see Senpai. Quickly. But if I see her when I'm like this, I'll only hurt her. I have to calm down. Quietly. If I just sit here quietly, my headache will go away. See? It's disappearing. My room is very quiet. Is this the ticking noise from Resident Evil 1, I think? Sounds a lot like the ticking from the dining room and the basically the first area of the mansion you go to in Resident Evil 1. I might be misremembering. I've not played that game in a very, very long time. I don't really go back to 1 ever. Is this room in this room with only the ticking of the clock? I should be able to calm down quickly. Tick, 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 tick. The ticking of the clock. Tick, 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 tick. I probably should try to time it with the ticking in the the ticking that the game is making, but still. Can't you be quiet? Hey. Tick, 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 tick. I told you to be quiet. It stopped. With a crash, the clock stops. It's quiet. Yeah, that's better. Now I can go see Senpai. That's probably not the smartest thing to do, but, well, Shiki's not known for being smart. I walk out the front door. He's not as dumb as Shiro, but still, he's not smart. The sky is painted a brilliant blue. I walk towards the gate. At that moment, I hear a noise from the garden. That's odd. Hisui was in the lobby picking up the pieces of the chair. Kahaku-san is outside, and Akiya is at school. There shouldn't be anyone else here at the mansion. I arrive in the garden. Come to think of it, most of the time we spent playing here was in the garden. Since coming back here, I've been busy with many things, so I haven't had a chance to walk around the garden. Rustle. That sound again. It seems like someone just walked through here. Huh? Hisui? Oh, this scene. It's Hisui. It seems she doesn't notice me as Hisui is making her way towards the woods. She doesn't seem to notice me. Does she have something to do? She enters the forest. Hold on a tick. No, that was okay. Thought there was an extra scene that I accidentally skipped, or an extra line of text that I skipped past on accident. A bit curious, I follow her from a slight distance. And where Hisui is headed to, there seems to be a small clearing. There's a clearing there? Tilting my head to the side, I try to remember, but for some reason, my memory is a bit vague. In the forest of the mansion, I can see a clearing as if the trees were cut there. No, can see is not quite right. If you walked by normally, you probably would never notice it. If Hisui didn't walk there, hidden enough by the surrounding trees as it is, I would never have noticed, even if I lived here all my life. There's a clearing there? If so, we probably did play there as kids. To say the least, I don't ever remember playing with Akiya in the clearing. I feel like I've never been here before. After thinking for a bit, I decide to go into the clearing. Hey, it's this scene, I think. The clearing doesn't strike me as anything out of the ordinary. There's no sign of Hisui, who entered before me. What's this? Just an empty place. I walk to the middle of the clearing. This clearing really is just an empty space. The perfectly level, open ground. The deep woods enclose the area. The voice of cicadas, and the strong summer sunshine that feels like it could dissolve. Summer sunshine? Ouch. The wound on my chest starts to hurt. Like stabbing. This pain that feels like a kitchen knife stabbing my chest. Chirp, 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 chirp. From somewhere, I can hear the voice of cicadas. But it's autumn now. The summer sunshine that bathes everything in white. The columns of summer clouds in the far-off sky. I can practically see the voices. At my feet, there are the discarded shells of cicadas. Discarded shell. Someone's discarded shell. I'm getting angry again. I like that song. I finally calmed down earlier, but I'm feeling annoyed again. I have to meet Senpai. I have to hurry up and meet her and tell her I wouldn't even care if she was a vampire. But what is the truth? Could I honestly say I could smile like I did before with her, even if she's a vampire? Someone's crouched silhouette, the approaching footsteps of a young girl, the columns of clouds in the far-off sky, the discarded shells of cicadas. When I realize it, there is my body pierced to the chest and killed. And looking down at my corpse in surprise is my figure as well. My chest hurts. I feel like vomiting. My wound is healed a long time ago, but why does it hurt so much? My chest is broken. The old wound opens. Blood flows forth from the opening. What is this? My wound, it hasn't healed at all. It hurts. I'm scared. I'm assailed with dizziness. This is the impulse called death. My consciousness sinks. My wound hurts. I hear the sound of my own body collapsing on the ground. I can hear voices talking. Akiya-sama, are you not going to call for a doctor? Don't be stupid, Hisui. There's no way I could do that since Nisan's wound isn't normal. Akiya and Hisui are talking. This is Shikyu's room. It looks like I am sleeping on the bed. I plan to say yo and get out of bed, but I can't move at all. My chest doesn't hurt anymore, but my body is as heavy as lead. All I can move are my eyes and mouth. Just what in the world are you trying to do, Hisui? You know not to let Shiki go near that place. Please, forgive me. This cannot be solved by apologizing. You were assigned to serve Nisan to avoid this kind of situation. So what were you doing? Completely different from her usual manner, Akiya gives full vent to her anger. In comparison, Hisui is accepting the scolding silently, looking down. I'm not sure how all this came about, but I can at least tell Hisui is being yelled at because of me. Answer me, Hisui. What were you doing and where were you all day long? Hisui doesn't answer. The air grows tenser between them. Biting her lip, Akiya takes a step towards Hisui. Even I understand Akiya intends to hit her. Hisui seems to know this as well, but she just stands with her head hung in shame, ready to receive it. Hold on, Akiya. Nisan, you're awake. Yeah, you were so loud, I woke up. Akiya looks away uncomfortably. Hisui still keeps looking down, not even trying to look at me. You know, you shouldn't let it out on Hisui. I don't know the circumstances, but this has to do with me collapsing, right? It's not her fault, I just collapsed on my own. I strain hard and somehow manage to lift the upper half of my body off the bed. But that's all I can manage, and I don't think I can even move an inch more. But since Hisui is depressed, I have to force myself to act as fine as possible. Honestly, getting into a fight over me, even if you look like an adult, you're still a child. But you were completely fainted, Nisan. You were out for more than 10 hours and nothing like this has happened before. If you never woke up, what would I have done? Idiot, don't say things like that. wasn't this just anemia? Huh? It's 10 o'clock already? Yes, you have been unconscious since noon. Akiya speaks hesitantly. Bit of an aside, a brief aside. Because we woke up at a little past 8. That means breakfast plus this chair plus walking to the garden and then noticing Hisui and whatnot took 4 or at least 3 something hours. At most 4, at least 3. So that's kind of long. That's a long time. Like normally, I'm like showered and eaten and woken up by I wake up at 8:30, sometimes closer to 9, depending on exactly when I go to bed. I'm in 3 hours. I've eaten, I've showered, I think that's about it. That's all I really do. Right when I wake up, I'm awake. I'm properly awake. I usually will read news. That's one of the big things I do. Is I read news and stuff like that whenever I first wake up. And I go shower and I go eat. Simple. And 3 hours. That's absurd to me. I eat quickly, but still, 3 hours is a lot of time. All the strength drains from my body. Actually, how does she know what time we passed out? I must have slept that long since then. I wasn't able to go to Senpai's apartment and just slept the time away. Man, I haven't passed out this long since elementary school. Oh yeah, I did pass out often back then since I wasn't used to living at the Arimas and I was stressed out. Everything is still woozy, like I'm dreaming. Blanking out, I stare at the ceiling as I repeat some of my past. That is true. It has only been a week since you came back here. Nissan, you must be exhausted. Yeah, I felt that today. Didn't you? So please, just rest today. Well, today is already pretty much over. Your health is weaker than most people, so your body tends to get tired unless you take a day off sometimes. She looks at me with a serious expression. Just like she says, I should just forget everything. I shouldn't think about senpai or vampires and just rest or I'll really tire out. Going on a rampage like that and smashing that chair, there must have been something wrong with me. Yeah, like you say, I'll just go to sleep. I lie back down. Really? You're not going to sneak out of the room later? What? You don't trust me? You're not very trustworthy. To be fair, Shiki. I guess not. Because these past few days, I've been ignoring her and leaving. Hisui, tell Kohaku that Nissan is awake. Nissan, what about dinner? Oh, yeah. No, tell Kohaku I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eat right now. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I understand. Then Hisui, tell Kohaku that. Still looking downcast, Hisui nods and leaves the room. Well then, lying down in bed, I start to feel sleepy again. Like this, I bet I could fall asleep in a minute. But before that, Akiya, there's a place like that in the garden? Yes. When we were children, we used to play there often. Oh, for some reason, I don't remember it well. Yeah, I really did forget all about it. And one more thing. It's a weird question, but when we were kids, wasn't there another kid with us? Huh? She tilts her head like she doesn't understand what I'm saying. I guess so. There couldn't have been another kid. That was just a dream. That clearing. Myself as a child killed by someone who looked like me. There's something wrong with that. If that's true, well, then what am I doing here right now? No, it's nothing. Just talking about a dream. Is that so? Then good night, Nissan. Please rest well. Yeah, I will. The instant I answer her, I fall asleep as if I just passed out again. And I think this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end off this episode. Nice little episode break. It's at a new day, and there was it's a bit of a cliffhanger because they usually have something to keep you going to whatever. But anyway, what's going on with Shiki? Well, we know from Ark's route to some extent what's going on with Shiki, but that was a little bit different, as well as his angry outbursts that he had, especially against this chair. And just, well, will that continue? That would be bad if it does, of course. I mean, I know Shiki's a bit of a... No, he's not milquetoast. He's a bit of a... trying to not say something so horribly mean about him, because it's not that deserved. But he's not an angry person, not normally. He's pretty laid back for the most part. I mean, there are some exceptions to that, but for the most part, he's laid back. And that anger, that visceral, unbridled, uncontrolled rage just is not like him. It's out of character. It's new. We've not seen that. And we didn't see that in Ark's route either, really. At least, not that I remember. Just the uncontrolled, just berserker rage. Haha. But anyway, will we find out about that anger? And will we be able to talk to Senpai? Find out the answer to that and more next time in Tsukihime. I hope to see you all there.